I'm back, y'all. And so I am going to attempt to read some X-Men. The last two times I've tried to read this, the first time I didn't turn on the mic, and so I wasn't recording audio. The second time I needed to deal with my baby girl. This is my third attempt at this one, and if my baby girl starts crying or needs to be held or any of that shit, then I gotta get off. But other than that, let's try to make it through this issue of Age of Apocalypse. Here we go. Let me double check audio. I don't want to go down that fucking shit again. All right. Cool. Here we go, guys. X Factor, the Age of Apocalypse. What do you get when you cross a California grizzly with a Bengal tiger? Under more benign circumstances, the question might simply be a joke. But here, in the area of the pens known as the kennel, a squadron of infinite soldiers are finding little amusing about the dangerously real answer to the question. A 9-foot, 1,300-pound mutant hybrid of ursine sinew and feline fury, driven mad by its confinement in this infernal place. The other kennel prisoners, mutants possessing extreme degrees of animal physiognomy, cower in the enclosed space. And if the infinites are helpless before the grizzly cat, then what chance do these emaciated were creatures stand against the raging beast's claws and teeth? Do I have to do everything around here? The Dark Lord, I am supposed to be the head of security, not animal control. Alex Summers' complaints are half-hearted. He revels in the chance to release the cosmic energy that channels through his body and brings the behemoth to the ground. Another one of McCoy's mongrels. Someone needs to tell the good doctor to keep his pets on a tighter leash. You're not one to talk about responsibility, Scott. You were expected back 2 hours ago, and while you were typically incommunicado, perimeter guards found North Star and Aurora in critical condition down in the alphabets. But you know that already, don't you, my brother? No, I hadn't heard. His words are false, but for Scott Summers, the truth would be an admission of treason. He is responsible for the two mutant prelates' injuries, and his survival in Apocalypse's world depends on keeping that secret. Jean-Paul and Jean-Marie are both comatose and unable to name their assailant. Lucky for you, eh, Scott? What do you mean by that? Look out! The ruby quartz lens of his visor opens and the focused solar energy pours through Scott Summers' remaining eye. Move, Alex. Don't need your help. Responding to the new and immediate threat, the animal turns away from the downed prelate. Like it or not, little brother, you've got it. I have a clear shot, so why am I hesitating? Maybe I'm tired of all the death around me, or maybe I just feel sorry for the dumb brute. Careful, Scott. Remember what Sinister always told you. A conscience will get you killed. At close range, Scott's optic blast cuts the crazed animal in two with searing intensity. Its death is quick and merciful compared to the unending suffering of its life. Let me give you a hand. That creature did a number on your back. You should be more concerned with watching your own back. Sinister's not around to protect you anymore, and some trespasses will never be forgiven. You're not making sense. You'll understand soon enough. That I promise. I look into my brother's eyes, and all I see is hatred, and resentment. And when I stare into the faces of the prisoners, I see only fear. Why am I surprised? I am the monster to them, the embodiment of their pain and misery. I was proud to be a soldier of the Ascension. I believed in the superiority of Homo sapiens superiors. But now I see no strength in this institutionalized cruelty, no virtue in the oppression of the weak and infirm. I have risked freeing the few prisoners who might make it north, but there are so many. Outside the fortified walls separating the pens and the rubble of old New York, an automated transport wagon makes its way towards the Sector 5 gate. Another delivery? Okay, let's take a look at the load. Gotta make sure the fringe scavengers aren't trying to stiff the Dark Lord. Stiff, that's good. You think the big muckamucks have enough bodies inside and wouldn't need to import more for their experiments. What do I know? I'm just a grunt pulling lousy detail, born on a telekinetic wave A rack rod telescopes out at the guard with concussive finality. The course of the transport's unscheduled passenger, the mutant rebel, Jean Grey. 3 hours hiding in the meat wagon and the smell of dead flesh was beginning to get to me. Too bad it isn't much better out here. The guard's unconscious, but I can animate his body so that it will appear to be his prisoner. I'll appear to be his prisoner. That should get me inside before anyone notices. I never thought I'd be back in this godforsaken place, and certainly not alone. I wish you were here, Logan. I could waltz through the gates of hell with you on my side. If only you weren't ready to let the High Human Council nuke New York to take out Apocalypse. We'd still be together. I can't let you leave, Red. I can't let you go back to the States to warn them about what's coming. Then you'll have to kill me, Logan. My sweet and fierce Logan, I never wanted to leave you, but you were the one who taught me to trust my instincts. And I knew I had to try and find Sinister, convince him to help us stop Apocalypse before it was too late for everyone. My head, so much pressure, like I'm underwater with an entire ocean pressing down on me. Must be the Black Tower. I thought I'd be immune to the telepathic pall that the brain trust casts over the pens. Can't let those disembodied telepaths psionically numb me the way they do the prisoners. Must focus, keep my defenses up. Hope the trust doesn't notice a single mind resisting them. Yes, my head's still ringing, but at least the pressure's gone. Better leave the infinite. He's only dead weight to me now. I need all my psionic resources to stay alive, this deep in enemy territory. This is Sinister Sanctum. Winkle rotary engine, vibraphone inquisition. His gatekeeper's been scrambled. The work of the older Bedlam brother, I bet. Look at this mess. I heard rumors that Sinister disappeared, but I never thought he'd actually abandon the mutant elite he genetically groomed. Then again, I never thought he'd betray his lord and master by delivering European strike plans to Logan and me. Why are you giving us these rods? Don't you trust me? Bub, after what you did Jeannie a few years back, you gotta ask. I do not care what you think of my motives, but understand this. I have no desire to see Apocalypse initiate a world war neither humans nor mutants survive. So now that mysterious Mr. S has hightailed it out of Dodge, it's time I improvise a new plan of attack. One that won't get me killed. A wolf. Sorry, pup. I can't have you alerting your masters to my presence. By the time you wake up from the TK blast, I'll be long gone. Interesting. Buried beneath this wolf's animal psyche is a decidedly human. This must be my lucky day. I finally have a rope to tie around my brother's neck. And Jean Grey, race traitor and known terrorist, shows up at my door. Too bad your circus midget companion isn't here. But why lick a gift horse in the mouth? Good dog. Above the city, a select few find hedonistic refuge from the rising tensions of the outside world. In the elegantly designed and music-filled interior of Warren Worthington's nightclub, Heaven. Oh, this is not good. I barely made it through my last encore. At least the nausea is not as bad as this morning. Dear God, please don't let this mean what I think it does. Okay, smile. Don't let the boss man know something's wrong. Everything. Evening, Warren. Scarlet, you sounded fabulous as always. You silver-tongued devil. A devil with these wings? Say, you look a little pale. Are you feeling alright? I'm fine. I hope so. You're my top drawer, especially among certain high-ranking mutant prelates. Like the Bedlam brothers, for instance. Hello, Terry, Jesse. You're earlier than usual. We're here officially, Warren. We have evidence that Scarlet's been working for the High Human Council. This is absurd. You know me, Terry. I'm a singer, not a spy. You have proof? Another one of your employees, your bartender Karma, was brought before the Shadow King. She named Scarlet as one of a number of spies positioned in the city. No, she's bolting. I'll stop her. A blast of psychic static assaults the fleeing woman, and she suddenly finds running an impossibly daunting task. The confusion will pass. Well, sorry, Scarlet. We thought it'd be better if someone you knew brought you in. It isn't personal. Warren, help me, please. Don't turn your back on me. So tell me, does Alex know yet? He's head of security. He'll find out. He'll take her betrayal hard. Worry about yourself. My friend first, Karma. Now, Scarlet, it's only a matter of time before your much-professed neutrality comes under scrutiny. And when that happens, not even heaven will be safe for the angel. Down in the pens. Still on duty, Alex? I thought you'd be well ensconced in your booth at Worthington's by now. Not tonight. There's so much to do that I'll be taking over the elite mutant force. Have you been drinking? I'm ranking prelate. Give it up, Scott. We both know you're a traitor. You're way out of line. Not this time, Scotty. Follow me to McCoy's lab. I've got something to show you. You must really think you have me, Alex. You're smiling like the cat who ate the canary. Look at what the cat dragged in. Jean Grey. Yes, the infamous Jean Grey, race traitor, terrorist, heretic. I found her lurking in Sinister's quarters today. She came back? Why? That is what McCoy is attempting to find out. Crank up the volume all the way, you flea-bitten sadist. You couldn't break me 3 years ago. You can't do it now. Quite remarkable. Even with my psionic inhibitor firmly encircling her cranium, this young woman continues to resist my neural stimulus. Her behavior forces me to increase the voltage to elicit a more cooperative response. You look stunned, Scott. He was unprepared for this. Unprepared for the senses, the reeling shock he feels at finding this woman so close and so real. This woman whose image haunted him since her first encounter. 3 years ago, in a pitched battle with Magneto's X-Men, he prevented her escape with the rest of the rebel mutants, destroying the second and third level processing bays before bringing her down. Sinister was ecstatic at the telekinetics capture, going on at length about finding the second blueprint for what he calls his trump card. For months, Jean Grey was treated as an alpha elite, given the best the Empire had to offer, and still she resisted. There was something about her spirit and dedication to her past life that caused Scott to find himself inescapably drawn to the rebel. In time, it became something more, and Scott Summers found himself contemplating the unthinkable, returning Jean Grey, the woman who he'd come to mean so much to him, to her friend. Returning Jean Grey, the woman who'd come to mean so much to him, to her friends. It all would have gone as planned if the feral teammate Wolverine hadn't broken rank with Magneto to return to the pens in order to free the woman he loved. And then the two finally came face to face. Things went terribly, terribly wrong. And it cost him and I. Stunned, you have no idea? Stunned, you have no idea. Let me take a shot, Scott. Or let me take a shot. Maybe you and Red have been working together ever since she was captured the first time. You created the perfect cover. Who'd doubt the loyalty of a man who gave up his eye? Are you insane, Blondie? Cyclops fried Logan's hand with his optic blast. He's no friend of mine. You're grasping at straws, Alex. She's covering for me. Does that mean she... No, Scott. I have a field recording of you helping that crazy Dane woman escape. And that wasn't the first time you've been responsible for a series of breakouts. Since her escape, she has wondered, did she imagine this man, this son of Sinister, and his immense goodness? And today she knows she did not. I am getting impatient. Wait for the signal. If I'm wrong, prove it. Execute this woman now. No. Pathetic. You've become weak and sentimental, Guthrie. Propelled by explosive energy, EMF rocks Samuel Guthrie rockets into Scott Summers before he can dodge the human cannonball. I've been looking forward to this for a long time, sir. Okay, Rook, you want a piece of me? Stay down, you stinking traitor. The wrecking ball that pounds Scott to the floor is the first of the other Guthrie, Elizabeth, a megamorph, who can increase her mass and size proportionately. After years of watching you get everything while I was ignored, my time has come. The EMF is mine. I'm in command. Never liked that sanctimonious big shot anyways. All right, Prelate, we kept our promise. You keep yours. Of course, you've earned your promotion from Rook to Prelate. So, what are we going to do with your brother now? Kill him? No, I want him to suffer. McCoy, take the former Prelate and dissect him, or something. Indeed, I will. Sinister often spoke of the rich genetic stock of the Summers line. I look forward to having such a pedigree guinea pig. Alas, poor Cyclops, even with your diminished ocular capacity, you should have seen that coming. Later, zzz, 10,000 volts. This particular litter of felines exhibits a pronounced electrical tolerance. Isn't nature wonderful? You're a sick one, McCoy. You get off on the pain that you inflict in the name of science? Miss Gray, there are perks to this endeavor, I freely admit. But first and foremost, I am a scientist. It is my destiny to create the next generation of mutant hybrids, longer lived than the infinites and more ferocious than the Balrog cyborgs. And if I am to succeed, I cannot be concerned with the mewing and whining of my subjects. I've got the inhibitor moving slightly, but it's an effort. Better keep the beast distracted so he doesn't notice straining. Get real, McCoy. We're this close to a world war, no one will survive, not even your next generation of Frankenstein mutants. You're so very right. I should consider alignment, uh, augmenting a radiation immunity as well. Now, if you're finished, I have to return to this exceptional litter of kittens. Thanks again, McCoy. No, no, no. This is completely unacceptable, Miss Gray. McCoy, I'll be on, McCoy will be on me before I get one of these manacles open. Time to make Summers useful. He needs to, he needs those rosy shades to contain his power. Without them, he's my best defense. That was a risky move. Not as risky as freeing you, but I don't have many options right now. I know that you once tried to help me, but really, you've really been helping other prisoners escape this pit? Yes. In my heart, somehow I knew you would. Your willingness to stand up to Apocalypse made me wonder why I followed him blindly. This place began to make less and less sense after that. Funny, I can't read people, but when I first saw you, I felt something different about you. I came here looking for help, and I think I found it. You're asking me to openly rebel against Apocalypse? I made that choice the moment I met you. So tell me, why have you come back now? The Human High Council have their big guns aimed straight at New York City. Before Apocalypse goads them into pushing the button, we're going to liberate the pens, or die trying. The throne room of Apocalypse Rex. You called, my lord? Yes, you whiny human jellyfish. You would do well to remember you live or die at my whim. I am grateful for the honor, my liege. I am told that that brother has succeeded, brother, as commander of the pens. Yes, sir, that was the gist of the message from Prelate Summers, Alex, not Scott. Take a message to the new commander. The breeding pens were a bone thrown to Sinister in return for for meritorious services. With Sinister's defection, the pens are no longer serve my needs. Therefore, you are instructed to shut them down immediately. All prisoners will be cold. Let the weak perish and the strong survive. This has always been the way of Apocalypse. Thank you guys. I got through this shit. It went out pretty good. And I want to get to my baby girl before she needs me. So thank you guys for listening. I'll be back and I'll post this on my YouTube as soon as I can. Peace, guys.